So firstly, a little confession from me. One thing I genuinely don't know, but I would love to find out, is how people come to the realisation that buying a home is something they definitely want to do. Is it something that grows on you over time, or is it more like a light bulb moment? For me, I suppose I just always knew that I wanted to do it, and was rather lucky in a way to be born in a time where the whole process was rather easier, and to come from a family of builders who could help me turn the wreck I bought into something rather nice. However, I still had to start the process, I still had to take lots of advice and get myself in the best financial shape so that lenders would consider me. Even though I was a couple of years into my estate agency career at the time, I still had colleagues telling me that I was too young or that I didn't earn enough. Either way, there was still a lot of preparation to do, even before I started to scour the market for the right property. Now, most people start their journey to home ownership by looking at what properties are available. And why not? Looking at Rightmove and Zoopla can be very exciting, and it will, if nothing else, show you what you can get for your money. However, conventional wisdom says to you that before you do that, you need to know what budget you're working with, otherwise you could be disappointed. Conversely, you might even find that your buying power is better than you thought. And you would think that I would start my series with that, wouldn't you? But in my view, there are things that you need to do before you even know what your budget is. Now, I'm going to caveat this by saying I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. But you know this. And I presume you also know that we have a local mortgage broker who we refer buyers to. The details here are below. So here are a few things that you need to do to start your home buying journey and to be prepared. Know how much you earn. Most people do know this, to be fair, especially if they're on an annual salary. However, if you're paid hourly, then it's more common for you to be familiar with the amount that you bring home. That's the sum you get after tax. The easiest thing to do is keep hold of your pay slips, or if you've chucked them in the bin, ask your boss for replacements and keep them safe going forward. Every April you'll receive a P60 detailing your earnings over the previous financial year. It's always worth keeping those. Check your credit score. There are several credit reference agencies out there, and you've probably heard of them, or most of them. Experience, Equifax and Credit Karma are the best known, and there are free versions of those apps. They only update every couple of months though, and you need to be on the paid versions for them to be more accurate and up to date. Even so, the lenders have their own scoring systems, so the info you see might not be the information that they're looking for. Check My File, however, is an aggregator which checks all the major credit reference agencies for you and builds up a profile for you, which is more like what the lenders will actually use. It gives you a more accurate idea of how lenders will view you. There is a cost to it, however at approximately £15 a month it's worth it. And you can download a full credit report for your mortgage broker to look at, and once you're all accepted, you can cancel the subscription with just a month's notice. No big purchases. Now, if you've got the cash put aside to buy a big telly, then knock yourself out. However, if you're thinking of buying it on finance, or indeed something else that requires finance like a car, then do hold off. Every time you apply for finance, your credit score takes a knock, and each application triggers a credit search, which also leaves a mark on your credit file, and this can look unattractive to mortgage lenders. Don't take out loans. It might be tempting to take out a loan to help with moving costs or even to put towards your deposit. However, to lenders, this is a complete no-no. Aside from the fact that lenders need to see proof that you've put your own money into a property purchase, lenders also look at affordability. Each loan comes with a monthly repayment, which theoretically means that you've got less money each month to commit to a mortgage repayment. Pay down your credit cards. Now, this is a funny one. Lenders want to see that you can handle your credit responsibly. They don't want to see with an empty credit card, as in their opinion, you could splash out on something massive. However, they don't want to see you at your credit limit either, because that could be an indicator of you not being able to live within your means. The sweet spot, I believe, is about 25 to 35% of your available credit limit. Now, I've no real proof of this, and no doubt different lenders will view this in a different way, of course. However, if your balance is more than this, then it's definitely worth committing a few quid each month to get it to that point, just to be on the safe side. Save regularly. You will need a deposit, and ideally you'll have 10% of the price that you're buying at, plus your legal fees, plus your other costs of moving. I'll go into more detail on the costs of moving in a future video. In terms of your deposit, lenders love to see the balance of your saving account increasing regularly, as once again it shows that you're capable of handling your finances and saving money. However, if you're getting some of your deposit from your parents, you will need to prove where that money's come from, and it's worth getting that money into your account sooner rather than later. Betting. If you like a flutter on the horses or the footy, then I'd recommend abstaining from this for a while. It's a responsibility thing as far as the lenders are concerned. They simply don't like it, and they don't care if you tend to win more than you lose. Bank transfers. Look at this tweet. Sounds humorous enough, but banks don't do humour. And if you or your mates put a strange reference on there, expect the lender to question it. Next time on How to Buy a House. Knowing how much to afford to spend on your new home, how to avoid being disappointed with your budget, and what to do if your budget is different from what you thought. I'm Neil Robinson. Thank you for watching.